Evening Sky. I'm your host, Sky. What's current? It's been a while since I said that. Um, this is a crash out Friday. It's not too deep, nothing pressing, no serious heavy news or anything like that. Just some celebrities, some people that you may have never heard of, depending on your age range, depending on how old you are. You probably have heard of her. I'm about Amerie. Amerie is one of the greatest singers of her generation. She didn't quite blow up as big as like Beyonce or something like that, or somebody of that caliber. But she has respect because she had vocals. She has a presence about her. She has a very ladylike and inspiring sense about her. And she was really cool. She was on the street corner. It sounds weird to say it. She was on the street corner. No, but she was very classy. Can you say classily? Is classily a word? Let's see if classily is a word. I think it is. Classily. Yes, classily is a word. Okay, so she was very classily decked out with a dress. She was just talking about fashion. She was talking about her favorite movie, Scarface. She's talking about different things she likes to dabble in, and it was just a really cool interview. The guy was like really excited. He was like kind of like, oh wow, okay, yeah, all right. He was like trying to hype up the set, but it seemed genuine. He wasn't like trying to be disingenuous or anything like that. But I really appreciated it. It was really cool. She's one of my favorite singers. I love her. I love the she was born, I think, in Germany on a base because her father was a chief warrant officer, and they moved around from state to state and from different countries. But she was born, I think, on an Air Force base, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see about that. Yeah, that's why you do research, right? I know, right? But she's 46 years old, Grammy nominated. She just looks splendid. She was born in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Excuse me. She was born in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. She was born in Fitchburg. She moved to South Korea. She lived in many different places, including Alaska, Texas, Virginia, and Germany. Okay. But she was born in Massachusetts. She had a huge hit song with One Thing. One Thing was like a huge, huge hit. Great percussion, great production. Look at those legs. Go to Wikipedia and look at those legs. God damn, she is gorgeous. Personally, she was married, momentarily to a Sony music exec named Lenny Nicholson, and she went by the name Amerie Nicholson or Amerie Rogers Nicholson. They had one child, a son, in 2018, and then in just last year she divorced Mr. Nicholson. Very, very, weird situation, very sad situation, but that's life. Here we go. She has books. She's a contributing writer to Behind the Song, A Phoenix First Must Burn, Cool, Awkward, Black, You Will Do Great Things, Black Girl Power, This Is Not a Ghost Story. She's been nominated for NAACP Image Awards, BET Awards. She's won a Soul Train Award. One of my other favorite songs she had was Why Don't We Fall in Love. That's a really cool song. She won another Soul Train Award. She was nominated. She was nominated for Best Contemporary R&B Album, Touch. She won a Vibe Award. She's been doing the damn thing. All right, who's this? Milo EA HR. Hello, sister. Rajan Kumar. Hello, salute. So this is just a really relaxed, laid back kind of episode. I'm not going to get too deep. I'm just talking about Amerie. It's just for like Amerie. It's just one thing. Who said that? But yeah. So I just like am very impressed by Amerie. She's 46 years old. She looks like she's 22. She looks great. Hi, Mo Ibrahim L1G. Wow. I'm just gonna say Mo. I'm no speaker. I'm no speak in English. So how did you find me? Well, I mean, that's what I don't understand. People don't even speak English, and they can find me. I'm not mad. I'm just saying this is very peculiar, very interesting. I'm from India. Okay, that's cool. I know people that are from America, were born in America that have Indian descent, or are descendants from Indians. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. Get your Indian on. Have you heard of Amerie? Are you familiar with Amerie? Amerie is people are gonna say, oh, she's washed up. She doesn't whatever she doesn't have any Grammys. She doesn't have any big hits after one thing and what's it called one thing and why don't we fall in love. But she's just a darling. She's a darling. She's a really great singer. Let me see if that's right. If I get it right, let me see. She's a songwriter, so she writes songs. So she's getting good money. She enrolled at Georgetown University to study literature and was in Navy ROTC. My dad didn't force me into it or anything. I joined so I could afford an education. She's telling the truth. She's being honest. She quit ROTC after her sophomore year and graduated with a BA in English and a fine arts minor in design. Very interesting. Her favorite movie is Scarface. That's very interesting. I'm speaking Hindi. Okay, it's just translating. I'm sure. Yeah, it's translating into English. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. But she had while studying at Georgetown, Emory befriended a Washington D.C. club promoter who eventually put her in touch with producer Rich Harrison. Rich Harrison has ties to Beyonce. He came up with their song "Crazy in Love." He's from the DMV. He has those heavy percussion that you hear from Go-Go. If you ever hear Go-Go music, it's live within his own style of making his music. His name is Rich Harrison. Has a terrible Wikipedia photo. I'm on that fruit juice and applesauce. Don't know how many down business I can go. I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall. Long as my snitches love me. Yeah. Long as my snitches love me. Risarva Sutajake. I don't know what that means, but okay. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks for being a supporter. Thanks for being a viewer. That's funny though. I'm on that fruit juice and applesauce. Only Bumba will come up with something like that. Only Bumba. Salute to you, Bumba. Appreciate you for being here. You're always in here no matter what. I can count on one person. Count on one person. Not even Holly. Not even Rick James. But Bumba. Bumba's always here. And I can understand Holly. I guess I can kind of understand Rick James. He's on the water. He's on the PCP. But Holly's super mom. She's dealing with, her kids and having, trying to make sure she's the number one thing in their lives. So I can come second to that. I'd rather that than them growing up become fent heads and try to steal the car that my driver's, gonna be, taking me to places in. He on that Sherm. Yeah, he's on that Sherm. He be in the chicken coop. Who's this? Shelmarie Joaquin. Hi. How's Shelmarie Marquine? Or Joaquin, excuse me. How are you, Shelmarie Joaquin? Are you familiar with Amerie, or is that going too far back? Amerie is going to the mid 2000s, early to the mid 2000s. I'm very familiar with her songs. Very familiar with her songs. I might have to listen to that album. Discography. She has All I Have, Touch, Because I Love It and Love and War. I want to see her songwriting credits. That was 2009. I mean, this is crazy. 2009 seems like it was just yesterday in a lot of ways. So she's writing her songs. She's writing. She has a piece of the writing. So I'm gonna have to check that out. Hi. But Amerie she's just really nonchalant, really cool, really laid back, smooth, just a gorgeous life force. She's just a wonderful human being. She looks good, she probably smells good. you know, I just thought that was interesting to see her out and about, before a show or something like that. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna put it on mute real quick. Hold on. She said her favorite food is lamb. She said she said her favorite movie is Scarface. She was giving out styling tips. I wasn't worried about the styling tips. I was looking more at her inner thighs. To be honest with you, I was looking at her face. She has a very gorgeous face, very comely, very attractive young woman. I do appreciate her. But yeah, she graduated. She has a bachelor's, something she can fall back on. But I don't think she has to fall back on anything. She's a songwriter. She gets songwriting credits. I'm sure she gets residuals from those two, at least from those two big songs that she had. One Thing and Why Don't We Fall in Love. She didn't achieve Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Alicia Keys, Beyonce level fame, but she's in her own right, her own self. She doesn't have to claim the huge amounts of fame and screaming fans and everything like that, or millions of streams or billions of streams on Spotify and Apple Music. She's cool with herself. She's very relaxed and very in tune with her star player, as Cat Williams once said before. She's very in tune with herself, so that's a very good sign. I think that she has the capability to continue on with her life. The fact that she went to Georgetown, one of the elite schools that aren't in the Ivy League. Georgetown's famous mainly for like law and attorneys and stuff like that. You go to Georgetown to become a lawyer or something like that. That's, it's very high, upper crusty, kind of thing. Another one is in the southern area is Duke, and to some extent North Carolina, University of North Carolina. They have a basketball rivalry, especially, but you want to go there for your degree in law, but she got her degree in English, so she's cool. Eric PB2TM. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Make sure you tell 12,000 people about me so we can get this popping. But it's a beautiful sight to behold, to try to understand what she was talking about, what her goals and aspirations were, and she didn't really discuss, but you can tell that she has a lot of things cooking in her mind and her thoughts. So I think that's really cool. She just has an air about her. She has an air almost like a princess or something like that, or a young queen. If you want to talk about aristocracy, I'm not really a big proponent of kings and queens. The United States is against kings and queens, but we're only for naming our our entertainers and our producers and our writers and directors the king of this, the king of that, because they earned it. See, that's the difference with America. We say, oh, king of rock, Elvis; king of rap, Jay-Z; king of soul, or James, or king of funk, James Brown; queen of soul, Aretha Franklin. It's like we go back and forth on the different ideas, but we still saying the same idea with no kings as part of our government, as part of our people that are against us. We take it all the time for entertainers, though. So that's all right. I understand. I used to have a problem with that. I used to be like, but I understand it now. It's mainly just for entertainers and people that make things, creators, businessmen, businesswomen. She's the queen of Silicon Valley and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I can take that. But there's not going to be a queen of Washington D.C. or a king of Washington D.C. Even though we're really close to it, really close, we're not going to get there. I don't think we're ever going to get there. Our checks and balances, our system of law, our system of ensuring that no tyrant can have absolute control over specific elements of government. I mean, that's what I think is just the case. But I'm just trying to talk smart because she's really smart. She's got a BA in English. That's not nothing to sneeze at. From Georgetown, so she knows a little bit about grammar structure and grammatical errors being pointed out, and various literature, which surprised me. Like I said, her favorite movie is Scarface. She's like her favorite food, was, she thinks about pizza, but what kind of pizza? Probably, with truffles and and mushrooms on it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I think she loves lamb. I love lamb. Lamb is great. I love it with mint jelly, or just within a steak. Oh my God, there's a place in Delaware called I can't think of the name. Something's Table. Oh, I can't remember. I'm looking it up. Aunt Vonda's Kitchen Table Soul Food Restaurant in Newark. Oh my God, such a great place. Excellent, food, just wonderful, just great. I'm telling you, this is not a serious show. I might be going all over the place because it's Friday and I'm just relaxing. It's cool. Nothing too serious. We're just having a good time. I'm getting as many views as I can possibly get. If I don't get that many views, that's cool with me too, because I still get paid either way. Tax-free, mostly. One is completely tax-free. My main deposits are completely tax-free. Then I have an additional deposit One tax. That's Medicare. I get Medicare tax. I get one tax, and that's it. So I'm living my best life. I'm living the life I dreamed of living. I mean, I actually had visions that I would be living like this, and I had to go through struggles and strife just to get here. It's not perfect. It's not like 100%. It's like at an 88, 87. A very good, but not excellent. It's not even an excellent. It's not even an A. It's not even an A minus. It's like a B plus. So but I'm working on it to become an A minus, A plus territory every day. So, but Amerie, I mean, it just scares me almost. It's almost like scary because her singles came out in like 2005, 2004, 2005, something like that. It's like that was over 20 years ago. That's 21 years ago. That's crazy. Like, she still looks, really good, And she still has her mind. She has her thoughts. She has everything together. She's 46, but you never know. There could be early onset, there's different conditions that people have. But, she's on the market. I'm about to come holler at her. I'm about to push up on her. She's got a kid, That's cool. We can work something out. But, yeah, I'm just fascinated by her her very genteel, very, respectful kind of way of carrying herself. Yeah, she has a very alluring quality. Mr. Troy Star Train once remarked, "What you see is what you get, and what you get is a person that's inspiring." And something like that. I'm trying to remember everything he said. But yeah, she's very, gorgeous. She's a very gorgeous young lady. Hell, I'm be 38, so that's what? That's 5 years? No, excuse me, that's 5 years. Jesus Christ. So that's 9 years. She's 9 years older than me. She'll be 9 years older. Let me see her. She'll be 37 or 30. She'll be 36. I think she'll be 37. No, she just turned 46 in January. So she's 8 years older than me. She don't look it. She don't look it. She looks really young. She doesn't act like it. She has a very demure presentation. She's very like I said. Seems like she's regal. And she's traveled the world. She's been in Germany, South Korea. She's been in different states across America. And I'm sure she's getting these residuals. She's a writer on different books. She's a songwriter. She has to get credits for some of that. So I'm sure she's eating, pretty good. She's eating a steady diet because of it. That's just beautiful. Now I'd say she's born in Fitchburg. Was she born in Fitchburg, or was she born in? Okay, she was born in Fitchburg. Okay, I thought they said something different. Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Korean mother named Mi-suk, and a Black American father, Charles Rogers. And she is gorgeous, and very thoughtful, very a great thinker. She's very honest. She said, she wasn't pushed to go into the ROTC. She was trying to pay for Georgetown University, to have it just to what's it called? To furnish her degree in fine arts as well. A minor in design. Her first record deal with Columbia Records was in 2002. For some reason, we had a very special chemistry. When we would work together, something great would happen. She's talking about with Rich Harrison. She sold, gold, and that's like $200,000, I think, if I'm not mistaken. After all is accounted for, like she sold 657,000 copies. Um, it's just been gold by 2009. All I have. That's probably like $200,000 to $300,000 after all the taxes and everything, and everybody else gets paid and everything like that. It's good money. You gotta take that money, flip it. I'm sure she's able to do that. Yeah, but that song runs in my head. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's just one thing that got me tripping. It's just one thing. Oh. That was the cut. That's a certified banger right there. And they call that a throwback now. They call that an oldie. Gen Z is like, what? Who's Amerie? Who's Amerie? I'm not sure who that is. I'm not familiar with Amerie. What is an Amerie? But once you listen to her song, you're like, wow, this is amazing. He had a bongo drums, a cowbell, and a ride cymbal, and sent it to Amerie. According to Harrison, they wrote and finished the song in 2 to 3 hours. It's amazing. Amazing what you can do with this 2 to 3 hours. This is a beautiful, relationship they had, working together. That's awesome. Yeah, so digital download. You remember that? Digital download and ringtone releases. Certified gold. A remix with one thing with rapper Eve. It's featured on the mixtape. We Got It for Cheap, Volume 2, with Re-Up Gang and the clips, and this is amazing. It's really cool. 2 to 3 years. Dagestan? I don't understand. Luffy Glazer 134. I don't know what that means. Not too sure what that means, sir, but alright. You keep riding on. Show 'em you're a tiger. Show 'em what you can do. Roar! Rolling Stone was called one thing, an early frontrunner for song of the summer status. It said one thing is just as exciting as Old Calcutta for how it flails all over the place with unbound joy. Bjork also dubbed it the best song ever. It's one of those great tracks. If you like go-go music, I like go-go music. I've been listening to go-go music for a while. Ever since 2005, 2006, 2005, 2006. When I went to DC and I saw them wearing Jordans and playing go-go music. And I was like, what the hell is going on right now? And they had the beats. Sexy lady, give me your number, girl. Hey, Luffy, slow down with the posts. If you're gonna just post the same thing over and over, you're gonna spam. You can't get in here. I don't get people out here, but I have shooters. I have shooters that come in and they swoop in and they lay down the law. So if you're gonna be spamming, you make sure you're prepared to get shot down. Yeah. But yeah. So Amerie, still kicking, still alive, still beautiful, still vivacious, still thoughtful, very frank and to the point and honest and truthful. Very, very beautiful person inside and out. From what I can understand, I never met her. I never, been in her presence, but just seemingly, through media, she seems like a real deal. So I appreciate her. My eye just got whooped. Okay, just kidding. I don't know what that means, but that's all right. So thank you for entertaining my Amerie story. All right. John Cena, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, has multiple belts, probably the most belts in history. I think John Cena has the most belts in history. Okay, you're doing it again. Dagestan Yippee, what is going on? Only 2 to 3 years. Dagestan Yippee, what is? I don't know what that means. But anyway, yes, John Cena. So he's getting photographed, getting out of a vehicle, kind of slowly, kind of struggling. This is a lot of things though. He's been diagnosed with cancer twice, skin cancer, and he's been beat up on for the past 23 years as a WWE star. Pale. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, sir. But he's been beat up for 23 years as one of the stars of WWE. One of the best, one of the most, down home, kind of cool, super, thoughtful and proud men. I'm not gonna say he's humble. I'm gonna say he's proud. He's proud to be very cool. He doesn't have to be bombastic and show everybody that he's the greatest. He knows he's the greatest. He can show his belt all he wants. That's the only thing he has to do. He doesn't have to say a word. All he has to do is put his belt on his shoulder, so that he's the world champion of world wrestling. And he's also an actor. He's in one of the films, The Marine. Probably one of the. It's probably been trashed by a lot of critics. I think he's got a lot of Razzie Awards, but nevertheless, he was in that film. We watched Shooter. Did we watch Shooter? I think was it Shooter or The Marine. I think it was Shooter before qualifying on the range the next day. Cool. Okay. At least you're saying other words. That's cool. If you're saying other words, that's great. But don't spam the chat. Don't spam the chat. You're cool. You're alright. You're good. But just don't spam the chat. But John Cena grabbed the hand of one of the females. I'm not sure who exactly she was. Let me see. KK. Okay, it's apparently Cena began saying Sharia Tizada in early 2019. They married on October 19th, 2020. The two had met during the production of Cena's 2019 film Playing with Fire, which was filmed in Vancouver, where Sharia Tizada was working. Okay, so it must have been her that he grabbed her hand. He had issues on legal sense. Okay, what is this? Someone else is watching. I don't know who. Okay, I don't know who either. Yeah, somebody. But he had a breach of contract legal dispute with Ford Motor Company. He sold his Ford GT, his 2017 Ford GT. I didn't even know they still made these cars, but apparently they do. It was reported that Cena had agreed to apologize to Ford and that Ford had agreed to donate the amount they had received in the settlement to charity. That's how it goes. All right, who is this? Salim Suban 52575. Bro, you look different. I'm not your bro, but okay. Nancy fatigue. What is Nancy fatigue, Bumbo? You gotta explain yourself now. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What's Nancy fatigue? And he does you can't see me. You can't see me. Cena has held the WWE Championship a record 14 times. 3 reigns as World Heavyweight Champion bring Cena total 17 World Championships. As a 5-time United States champion, Cena has the most reigns under the WWE banner. Cena is a 4-time tag team champion in WWE, including 2 World Tag Team Championships. So he's nothing to play with. Cena, he's a problem. He's definitely an issue, and I think he retired. Similar to the yayo dance. He speaks Mandarin and sings into the ice cream cone as if it were a microphone. The video was viewed by millions of users, inspired the creation of the meme. Bing Chilling, a mishearing of Bring Ching, which means ice cream, and is said repeatedly in the video. Cena revealed on an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience he's a fan of the computer game Roller Coaster Tycoon and used to play the game on his laptop during the early years of his career while traveling on the WWE bus. Roller Coaster Tycoon is a great game. You can do a lot of things with that. What the hell? I mean, 2 to 3 years, Dagestan ain't that bad. I'm gonna be honest, so no idea what the hell you're talking about. That is okay though. That is fine. That's all right. As long as you tell 12,000 people about this show, then we're fine. We're good. We're Gucci. It's no problems. I just don't know what the hell you're talking about, sir. I'm talking about John Cena right now. He's talking about Roller Coaster Tycoon. I remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon in like 2001, like 2001. It's awesome. Love that game. You get to build up your whole, little amusement park ride. It's awesome. That's the thing that always fascinated me when I was younger. First, it was playgrounds. Playgrounds fascinated me. I was like, oh, Then it was amusement park roller coasters. Roller coasters really excited me because I was like, how do they even, get people to do this? And there's no other function other than the thrill of the ride. There's no other function. It doesn't take you from one place to the next. It's not a train or something like that. It has no industrial is not the word maybe, but I'm trying to think of the right word. But it has no other purpose other than just pure exhilaration. Then when I got a little older, it was skyscrapers. Skyscrapers really fascinated me. They were like, I was like in awe, and we were on the banks of New York on the Liberty Island. We were on. We didn't go into the city of Manhattan, but I took a picture of me. This is in the spring of 2000, and it was right in front of the World Trade Center towers, and I still have the picture. You can go online, you can look for the picture. But yeah, that was real. And I said, look, I said, like, I think I was saying to the teacher, they're like, they're not gonna get up and walk away. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna be here next year. They're like, okay. It's a meme. Don't worry. Anything important, the meme. Be right back. But sub. Did you sub? Thank you for the sub. If you sub, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Okay, but www yeet. Bumba's coming in here with the yeet. Not sure what that means either, but that's fine. But yeah. John Cena is a really cool guy. He has a flair. He has swag. We used to call back in my day. Back in my day, we used to call it swag. It was swag, but I guess you say Riz or drip now. Drip is like bling. You don't say bling anymore. You say drip. And money is like boogers or snot or something like that. It's crazy. I can't see John Cena. Bum was wild. Hi, oh my God, was it Muhammad Hasib 6497? John Cena is a GOAT. I'm not your bro, So he is really W. So he is really W. Okay. So he is really W. Okay. Are you pregnant? That's a very, seem like just trolling now. Okay, so you're getting your troll on. KL, yay. Did you subscribe yet? Did you tell 12,000 people about me yet? But you're asking, are you pregnant? And that's cute because you're trolling, of course. Of course, I'm a man. I have XY chromosomes. I am pregnant. I'm sure you are, Luffy. I'm just saying. I can't really get down with you on that level. It was just last year that he disclosed that he has skin cancer. That was just last year. He has it on his back, I think, or something like that. They call him WWE's Babe Ruth. Wow, that's a big distinction. I don't understand what those emoji mean. I have no idea what the hell that means. Oh man, let me see. I'm trying to see. Let me see. This is it rhymes. John Cena and Neutrogena. Sunscreen you can't see. You can't see me. But his skin cancer twice due to past neglect of sun protection. The first occurrence was found on his chest, with the second appearing near his shoulder a year later. Big belly Gucci pregnant. What? Bumbo, are you alright? You on that good cushion alcohol, not the fruit juice and applesauce? What are you on? Yep. Ah. Okay. Everybody's being very interesting this evening. Okay, let me see here. 2 to 3 years, biggest bro trust. I have no idea what the hell you are talking about, sir. What the hell are you saying? I don't even, what is Dagestan? Republic of Dagestan, which I didn't even know is a country, another stan. Dagestan is a Republic of Russia, situated in the North Caucasus, Eastern Europe along the Caspian Sea. Culture, literature, music, cuisine. Their national dish is small dumplings boiled in ram's broth. Wow. Depending on the cook's ethnicity, the dumplings can be oval or round, filled with meat or cheese, and served with a garlic or sour cream sauce. Dairy products and meat constitute a large part of the diet in the mountainous regions, while in the valley zones, vegetables and grain flour are eaten in addition to fruits, edible gourds, edible herbs, and wild grasses. Jesus Christ. Martial arts. Anything ending with a V is pretty much on here. Know what means? Yeah, I don't know. A little PCP here and there. You know what I mean? Bumbleclot, you know what it means. You know what means. Yeah. Okay, now they're having a conversation with themselves that I don't know what the hell they're talking about on any level. But John Cena, he's just he seems like a really all around good guy. He just seems like he's a good person. He Now you're saying help Allah is great, God willing, is it harem? It is harem. I just realized what harem means. That's why they put the picture with Earl's sweatshirt and Arm and Hammer with the photo of the two heads of the pig. Help me! Harem, yeah, harem and harem are different. You're right. Harem, I have to say harem. Harem and harem. Yeah, harem and harem. It's very distinct. Very distinct spelling, very distinct meanings. How long is your hat? Give me $50 and I'll tell you. Two cops on the album cover. Let's slow that down with the cops on the album cover. Slow that down. Slow it down, Bumbleclot. You're getting a little antsy. You're a little antsy in your pantsy. I'm broke. Well, you just said it. Gotta get out of here. You're out of here. Just that quick. All you gotta do. Just admit that you're broke and you're out of here. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. You gotta get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Pause. Okay. I don't know what the pause is for. %83 Islam. 9% spiritual but not religious. 2% atheist. 0.6% other. 2.4 Russian Orthodox Church, but the Islam is the huge portion of it's Sunni and Shafi school. In the season. No, let them stay. No. I have my rules. I have to have my principles. Can't let them stay. Sometimes I lay on the kitchen floor and pretend to be a crumb. Wow. I like these interesting interludes. Lou Becker 8784. Make sure you subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe, Lou Becker. Sometimes you just lay on the kitchen and pretend you're a crumb. Hell, we don't have to talk about John Cena because he didn't have any words. I can't say much about. He just struggled to get out of a vehicle, and he had skin cancer on 2 occasions. But we don't have to talk about John Cena. Crumb bum. But we don't have to talk about John Cena. You can just talk about the wind today. How did the wind blow, and what direction did the wind blow today, and where you were. But I'm getting an education with all this talking about Dagestan. I didn't even know Dagestan existed. It's not a country; it's a republic. There's Avars, Dargans, Kumyks, Legzans, Laks, Tibetarans, Azerbaijanis. Oh my God, that's I know Azerbaijanis. I have people in my family that are from Azerbaijan. I mess that up every time. But yeah, so that's cool. I'm getting a lesson right now. Dagestan. Wow. How many stands are there? This is very special. This is a lesson. And another thing about John Cena, if I want to talk about him again, he's interested in the Chinese culture. I think he can speak Mandarin to some extent. I'm not sure to what length he can speak Mandarin. In 2006, shortly after his debut, The Marine, his wrestling character shifted from that of a rapper to a young military upstart wearing dog tags and cargo shorts to the ring and also performing a salute to the crowd. Cena said in a 2011 interview with WWE.com that every night when I do the salute, it also is a sign of respect to the men and women that don the uniform of the armed forces. That's a good guy. He's a good guy. What is this? Wiz in the building? Sky, what's the topic? Only answer for him. John don't want any kids. I guess he doesn't. Yeah, I was talking about from the first half, Amerie and her sexy self, but now I'm talking about John Cena, how he had cancer, and he's fighting it. He talked. He's with John Cena is with Neutrogena to tell you about skin cancer. So it's kind of like that. Who would win, John Cena or Chris Benoit? Ooh, Chris Benoit died, didn't he? Didn't he get? Didn't he? Isn't that the one who fell from the? Oh, it did the murder suicide. I always confuse. I think Chris Benoit was the murder suicide, right? Yeah, he murdered his wife and youngest son before committing suicide. Yeah. I don't know. Have they ever matched? Have they ever been in a match together? They never got into a ring. I don't know. He had CTEs apparently. That's really sad. Stone Cold gonna open up a can of whoop ass on him. Chris chilling in the flames. Whoa, he's almost chilling in the flames. Damn. He's looking up at us. In complete pain and suffering. According to Wiz. I don't believe in any of that, but that's what most people say. And people don't say that. They say, oh, well, he's looking down on us smiling. Well, murder, suicide? I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty serious. They call him the Pegasus Kid, Wild Pegasus. Unalive himself with a Bowflex. Wow. Okay, that doesn't seem likely. He didn't just unalive himself. He murdered his wife and his child. WWE like Chris Benoit? Ben who? Oh man, that's hate. You go to church, you are a believer. I'm not a believer. I go to church. That's exactly right. You said you go to church. I go to church, but I'm not a believer. That's like saying you go to a restaurant, but you don't eat. You don't eat the food, but you enjoy the ambiance of the restaurant. You can smell the different foods and everything like that, but you don't partake. It's the same thing here. Same thing here. He hung himself, so how did he kill? Did he shoot them? His son was drugged with Xannies. That's crazy. And luckily unconscious before Benoit strangled him. Wow. He tried to. Wow. You were telling the truth. See, I can't tell with you, Bumba. It says Benoit then committed suicide by hanging himself on his lap pull-down machine. Jesus Christ. So you were telling the truth. I take that back. I take that back. Bumba. Take that back, sir. I can't tell with you sometimes. I can't tell with you. But that's exactly what happened. Wow. He unalived himself with a Bowflex. That's crazy. I got facts. I'm sure you do. But who was the guy? Who was the guy who was at a wrestling event? I think I saw it. I think I actually saw it. It was on pay-per-view, but we were able to see it unscrambled on the TV. And who was the guy that jumped from the top of the rafters and fell and died on the mat? Who was that? Before I look it up, I'm just gonna ask you guys conveniently. Owen Hart. Owen Hart, 99. I remember that. He climbed all the way up to the top. And then I don't know if he slipped or something like that, but it was crazy. He fell over 70 feet. Jesus Christ. WWE did a tribute to him and then immediately pulled it. Wow. Destroyed his action figures too. Wow. That is crazy. Wow. I'm taking your words now for real. Now. Wow. Bumba's full of insight now. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Then he's going to hit me with it. I'm on that fruit juice and applesauce. Yeah, Owen Hart though. I remember that. 1999. Yeah, I was in the house in across town. That's crazy. He was only 34. Oh my God. I feel so old, man. For real. He was 34. Owen Hart. Man. Stu Hart trained. He was in 2003. He trained somebody else. Chris Benoit. He was a trainer of Chris Benoit as well. Crazy. Booker T. Booker T was one of my favorite wrestlers. His wife won Miss Black America. That's pretty cool. I'm talking about Booker T now. I'm just in the WWE right now. Booker T. He was a cool guy. But I think Stone Cold Steve Austin is probably my favorite wrestler. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Second one probably be Rock. But I had a childhood friend that he was really on some Rock stuff. He had the eyebrow, he had the people's elbow and all that. But I love Steve Austin. He had the beer and the John 3:16 on the shirt and stuff like that. It was just awesome. It was just really cool. But that's an interesting thing about how WWE kind of just it falls off for me. And there are adults who still cling to it, but I've since distanced myself to it because it's like I don't have to follow it anymore. It's a weird space. It's weird. Iron Sheik, yes. Is he still alive? I think Iron Sheik died. I'm not trying to wish death on him if he is alive. Yeah, he died in 2023. That's right. Iron Sheik. He was a legend. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2005. So that's awesome. We covered a lot of ground today. We talked about Amerie. We talked about John Cena. We talked about wrestlers, Chris Benoit and Owen Hart. Tragic stories. Talk about a triumphant story. Booker T. Huffman and Iron Sheik and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Cause Stone Cold said so. I just remember that. So I'm gonna go out on that. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everything you've done. Make sure you subscribe. And I will see you probably sometime tomorrow. Take care.